So we have burnt umber, burnt sienna, cadmium red light, and a bit of Naples yellow. So I'm mixing these three colors together. Of course, less of the cadmium red light because it's very strong. And I'm adding a touch of Naples yellow in there for this part of the roof right here. And you see right now it looks orangey, like really orangey, but I can take, yeah, that's better. I just added a touch of burnt umber. And it's really kind of a loose brush stroke. Okay. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is turn it to this one here. Oh, you know what? I'll give you some time. All right. This one is the same colors, but no Naples yellow. This one. So it's burnt umber, burnt sienna, a bit of cadmium red light, and no yellow ochre in here. I'm sorry, and no Naples yellow in here. This has Naples yellow. So I'm using ultramarine violet.
Yes.
And I'm putting a touch of raw umber in it to tone it down, to make it more earthy, to make it more gray, like a grayish purple. And I'm just going to put in here a first layer. And what I'm doing is I'm just adding colors to it. So I'm putting those two colors together. First layer. It's like I'm trying to do more like a.
Yours looks really light. Mine looks really dark.
No, it's not that light. It's not that light. It's darker. It's darker than what you see. It's just the lights in here making and the camera. It's not that light.
It just absorbs in the black.
Yeah.
It doesn't show a lot of color.
Yeah. And I'm adding a touch of Naples yellow. And I'm just going to come here and then very loose, kind of, because the color is still wet. My paint is still wet. So I'm just adding a bit of highlights in here with the Naples yellow touch. All right. So since I'm doing this, I'm going to do that one here in the top.
That's ultramarine and gray.
Ultramarine violet and raw umber.
Or raw umber.
Yeah. So we have one more, and we'll do this in maybe a dark blue, that one here. And then most of the houses are going to be in the same color except for this one here. And that one, these will be in the orangey kind of earth tone orange in here. And these will do them in the other ones in the Naples yellow and yellow ochre and all of those earth tones in here and burnt umber. So that's, yeah, that would work. Okay. Cerulean blue, a touch of black, any black will do. And I'm just going to come here and add this dark blue color as first layer. And I'm going to try to highlight this, but I'm going to highlight it with a touch of white. It should turn more like a gray blue because of the black. Yeah. Good gray blue.
That's cerulean and black.
Yeah.
Austin, can you lend
Yes.
me back, please?
I don't think I'll see it back again.
Can you, what's happening?
You should know. I asked him if he could lend me some black. Sorry.
Like we were, when we were here.
Yes.
Does it matter which black I use?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, we went to Easty Can again today.
You went. So it's burnt umber, and I'm for the first layer, and I'm putting cadmium red light, just a touch of cadmium red light in here. And I'm going to do my first layer for this house over here. And that tower. Add a touch of, I'm just going to add, I'm adding it a touch in this combination of colors I'm using, which is burnt umber, cadmium red light, touch of cadmium red light. I'm adding a bit of Naples yellow in here. Dip in my brush in burnt umber while I'm painting and put some burnt umber in here. Not worried about the greens. So now that I have my colors for this building right here, I'm going to start highlighting where there's light. So I'm taking same bit of burnt umber, cadmium red light, and a touch of Naples yellow. So I want that Naples yellow to be a bit more orangey. So there's more burnt, there's cadmium red light more than burnt umber. And I'm adding Naples yellow. Oh dear.
What happened?
Well, the light is really shining on, like strong light on this. You couldn't see it properly because of the light. I had to turn the light away. away from the painting. Okay, so I have to do the same thing with this in the back. I'm going to take a touch of a bit more burnt umber on my brush and Naples yellow. And come here, highlight the house in the back. So when I'm highlighting, I try not to go all the way to the rooftop because I want that rooftop to show some shadow on the wall and take advantage of this beautiful dark color that I have. Perfect, looks good. I take a bit of burnt umber with my colors I'm using, and I'm just gonna come here.
The houses at the back
Mhm.
lighter because they're more at the back. I mean, the front ones have got to be a little bit darker, right? For the depth.
I'm just following exactly what I'm seeing in that
Yeah.
picture. It's hard to figure out how to use this light, dark and light in here. But I'm just trying to follow what I see in the picture. It's easier for me. I mean, yeah, it makes sense what you're saying, John, but
So you use the same mixture and just added Naples yellow, right?
yeah, and more brown. So more burnt umber. So what I used on the wall is burnt umber, a touch of cadmium red light for a first layer, but a lot more burnt umber, you can see here.
Yeah.
And then I highlighted with Naples yellow, making sure that my color is turning more on the brown side. So if I see that once you start adding Naples yellow to your cadmium red light and burnt umber, if you find that it's too orangey, tone it down with burnt umber.
But then now it's looking like the roof.
Yep.
The wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably highlight the roof after but yes, it is. It is very close to the roof, but it's more brown. See this? You can see that even in there. This is orange, this is brown. So I'm highlighting a bit this one here with the same. It is a combination of burnt umber and touch of burnt sienna for this. This burnt umber and a bit of burnt sienna, not cadmium red light. Okay, for this part. And just highlight the top part and leave the bottom part dark. These are the same colors. This is what I'm doing right now for the chimney part. I'm just using burnt umber, a touch of burnt sienna, and Naples yellow.